Learning Zili Nishmas Ahuva Basaka Masechus Bava Metzia Perches Mishna Yomi Ashelis a part of someone borrows a part of a shochet biad benoi biad avdu biad shluchai. The mashal sends it with his own son, slave, or shliach. Oy biad benoi biad avdu biad shluchai shel shayel, or he sends it with the shayel's son, slave, or shliach. Umesa, and it dies pater because the shayel is not mekabel einzin until it reaches to the shayel's hands. But amar le hashayel shalech biad beni biad avdi biad shluchi. If the shayel says, send it with my son, slave, or shliach, oy biad bincha biad avdecha biad shluchacha, or the shayel tells the mashel, send it with your son, slave, or shliach, or it was initiated by the mashal. She'amar le hamashal. The mashal said, "Hareini mishalcha biad b'ni biad avdi biad shlucha biad bincha." I'm sending it with my son, slave, or shliach, or biad avdecha biad bincha biad avdecha biad shluchacha. Your son at your eved, your shliach. V'amar le hashayel shalech, and the shayel agrees to such a thing. So since in the seifa it was agreed that the chiyav einzin is going to start from the shash shlicha, so then shilcha u'meisa he's chayiv. On the way back also, it doesn't leave the rishus of the shayel until it gets back to the rishus of the mashal. Unless the mashal agrees that it should have been sent in the hands of a shliach, then as soon as it reaches the hand of the shliach, then the chiyav einzin would end. The Gemara in Baba Kama, Rashi brings down, points out that in the case of the shliach, it has to be that, or it's a machlekes actually, whether it's talking about even the shayel mamish made a shliach, or it's dafka by schira v'likitay, because there's a tzad that if he mamish made him a shliach, then why was he making him a shliach? Obviously to be mechayiv in einsin. So even though, even the Reisha, the Mishnah, even where he didn't say specifically to send it in the hands of a shliach, but if he did make a shliach, then by making a shliach, he's telling him that he wants to be mekabel einsin. The other tzad is, in the Gemara, that he's just telling him that my shliach is a trustworthy person, but I'm not being mekabel the einsin when it reaches his hand. The Gemara over here addresses one issue, that when it says eved, you should say yad eved ki yad rabbi, like we always have by eved kanani. So even when it's in the hand of the eved, it should still be in the rishus of the owner, because yad eved ki yad rabbi. Even in the Sefer of the Mishnah, where he said send it in the hand of your Eved Kanani, but if it's the Eved Kanani of the Mashal, then it would still stay in the Rishos of the Mashal. And the Gemara says, and we're not talking about Eved Kanani over here, we're talking about Eved Ivri. Mishnah Dalet, Hamachat Para B'chamar V'yolda. If someone did Chalipim in order to be kaina a para, and the Sudar is a Chamar, so no one knows B'shas Yer Moishech the Chamar, what's the status of the Para Mu'uberes over here. When did the Para Mu'uberes give birth? Was it before the Kinyan or after the Kinyan? V'chein hamoicha shivchase v'yolda. If I'm selling you a shivcha kinanes, and I'm selling it to you with kesef, so when you're kind of the kesef, no one knows if the shivcha had given birth at that time or not. And the question is, the vlad, who does it belong to? Does it belong to the moicher? Does it belong to the lekeach? Mishnah continues, so it's a bari ubari. Each one says what they think, the moicher and the lekeach. Allah is yachleiku, and the Gemara says it's going like some place. The Mishnah continues, if someone had two slaves, or he had two fields, one big one and one small one. So now the Mishnah is going to proceed with four scenarios similar to what we had in Mishnah Beis. The first one is that the lekeach is a bari, and the other one is a shema. So we say bari v'shema. If the moicher is the bari, that it was the smaller one, and the lekeach is the shema, then he only gets the katan. If it's a bari ubari, then yishava hamoicher shah katan machar. Then the moicher swears that he sold the smaller one, and the other one only gets the smaller one. And the Gemara explains that we're talking about over here that there's a shvua deraisa of moida b'mixas, because we're talking about the demei of the sada and the demei of the eved, and he's moida in part of that. And even Sumchis, who holds mammon amutta b'safik cholkin, but over here where there's a shvua deraisa, he's going to be moida that you swear. And the last case is zayim eni yedei v'zayim eni yedei. If it's a shema v'shema, then again, like Sumchis, it's yach loiku.